572-0383 or 572-0215. REV-UP St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Up next, Harddrive with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
In moments of loss, finding comfort and support is essential. At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we understand that every life is unique, and honoring that life is our mission. Our dedicated team is here to guide you through every step, offering personalized services that reflect the cherished memories of your loved one. From traditional funerals to modern celebrations of life, we provide a range of options tailored to your family's wishes. Whether it's a simple service or an elaborate tribute, we ensure every detail is handled with care. Let us help you create a meaningful farewell, honoring the legacy of your loved one. To learn more about our services, call 758-452-2021 Castries, 758-454-9239 Viewfort. Visit us at www.ramballysfuneral.com. Rambali's Funeral Parlor, where memories are cherished and love is everlasting.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on X, and I think possibly DBS. Yeah, we should be on today, right?
On today, yeah.
Okay, well, let's say good morning to all our friends on checking us out on DBS. Thank you so much, and a big thank you to Linda and her crew for carrying our show here on REV-UP on DBS television. Thank you very much. Alrighty, so this is Harddrive for today, Tuesday, the 6th of January, 2026. Yeah. I think elections in the, presidential elections in the US, I think, 2029, somewhere around there?
Yeah.
I said a real far, boy. That really far.
It is.
Yeah. And to be stuck with this guy for another how many years? Although we don't live in America, right?
No, we don't.
And we feel the vibe. We feel the vibrations.
Anything that happens, we feel it instantly.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get into our matters concerning Harddrive, I was just curious to ask you two lovely ladies, just picking up where we left off on the love zone this morning. Yeah, no, I'll do the introduction. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So our topic this morning was, does longevity mean that a relationship is a healthy one? Longevity meaning the length of time that people are together. Does it indicate that the relationship is healthy? That's what we were talking about. Mm-hmm. So I asked the question, which was, how do you know when somebody is genuinely interested in you? And I don't think we got a concrete answer. I think we all struggle with that particular one. It's a tough one. It's a really, really tough one. One caller said that it's something that you must ask God for. You have to ask God to give you,
pray about it.
Yeah, to give you the wisdom or the insight, right, into what may be going on, because we can't see those
really
things.
Tell,
right. So so that I just curious to know how you guys maneuver this sort of thing for females. So sorry. Let me say officially. Good morning to our co-host here on Harddrive. We have to my immediate left none other than the beautiful Janice, and we have to my immediate right none other than the lovely Keena. So I don't know which to say, beautiful, lovely. So I'll just interchange every day.
They both were.
One day I'll call you lovely. Next day I'll call you beautiful.
You can just call us our names only, but we appreciate that.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome, because we don't get that very often.
So good,
I know, right?
Yeah.
I left home and drove here and I didn't hear that. So hearing it now. Yeah. Consuelo does that all the time, and her kids, they always compliment me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Do that. She's always doing it. Mommy, you look nice. Da, da, da.
Wow.
And I did the same thing to her, so I'm happy she has. She's brought up that way.
Yeah,
but
so that's good.
It's very
It's really good when someone else says it to you, though, no matter where you are.
Not that when you left the house you didn't feel it, but there are days when you just feel a little down and you just need that picker-upper, especially when it comes from your children. Or
yes.
It feels good. And Andre, I can take that from you because I know you're very genuine. You mean it. So thank you.
Right. So let's segue into my question. You said that I mean it is genuine. You can feel the vibe. So
I hit my head. Who said to go
in the
there?
same vein.
Oh, gosh.
In the same
You
vein.
went there.
How do you know? How do you know when somebody is genuinely interested in you? How do you figure it out? This point that was like a tough one for everybody. You're like, what? But true, you know.
I mean,
How do you
Andre,
figure it-
y'all went, I don't know how Keena, what Andre said there. To me, it was two different, part one and part two. Because one, it was you, basically what I was understanding is that, how do you know if somebody's interested in you? And the other part was
Genuinely interested.
Genuinely. But the other part was longevity.
Yeah,
So
but-
which is what?
But forget about the longevity.
Okay.
Forget about that. Just that you've met this person, and this person now is coming into your life. And this morning we brought up a scenario. Okay, say you have 6 children already. How do you know if that person is interested in you? Because somebody said, I think Shamak said, his mother would not take on a guy who didn't show an interest in her children. So I said, let's remove children to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
It's you. You're single. You don't have any kids and so on. And this guy comes into your life, or a female comes into your life. How do you know, right? Because you don't have any children, to say, okay, well, he's interested in my children, that means he must be interested in me. Although sometimes that's not a good way of making that decision. But nonetheless, that's for another show. But I'm saying, barring all that, how do you know? How would you know? Because you have nothing to measure that thing, right?
Okay, but there's knowing and there's feeling. So you want to know, or you want to feel, or you want both?
Must have, I don't know.
Because,
yeah, that's
I
what I'm
mean,
asking.
To know.
So is it for you? Is it feeling for you?
For me,
or
it's
knowing?
a feeling, and then I will know. Because I've got to feel you. Are you calling me very often or too often? Yes. Are you interested in
You hear
things that I do? Well, I said too often because, I mean, it's like every hour on the hour, every half hour on the hour.
Yeah, you're being a stalker, right?
60 calls a day.
Yeah, but you are not complaining about the calls. You appreciate it because you too have the feeling that, hey, this guy or this girl likes me, you know? And Andre is making me go all the way back when...
That's exactly what I
That's
want you to do.
exactly where he's speaking.
Andre,
exactly
I'm going
what I
all the way
want you to
back
do.
when I first met my hubby. I mean, come on. Okay, so the calls would come in quite frequently, and then you would...
But it wasn't 60 a day, right?
No, in those days you couldn't. Andre, you know how much money you had to pay for calls? It's not like now you just put a X amount of money
But
on
I'm
your
saying
phone,
that because
and it's endless.
I actually know a guy who did that.
Oh, wow.
That's a bit
That's a bit much.
overboard. Yeah.
Is he
I mean-
still with the person?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
So it worked
wow.
out.
So it worked out well.
It worked for him.
Longevity doesn't mean.
Well, that too. But Andre, you know, okay, let's stick to that before we get to longevity. And
We're not getting
so-
to longevity. Just
Okay, but you just
how do
said
you know?
it, so that's
but,
right.
But you're making some
Yeah.
good points. There you
So-
go. There you go.
So the feeling, you know, you feel it first, and then you.
When you say feel, like what? It's a vibe coming from the person?
Yes,
Yeah?
Andre. I mean, come on. Especially, okay, for me, with a guy, period. I mean, even if I'm married, I mean, I'm human. Okay, blood is running through my veins. Okay, right? I see a guy, he wears nice quality shoes. That's an attraction for me. Hubby wears nice quality shoes. That's an attraction that can still continue. Okay? He wears, not necessarily, but if your shirt, if it's designer or if it's a good shirt, it's not looking cheap. You know, the person is well dressed, and I like a man who smells good. So when you pass by him, especially when I'm walking on my early morning walks, and a car passes by me, and the
The
perfume,
aroma. The
yeah,
aroma. Mm.
you always turn back that car. I like that smell. So to the human, I mean to the guy, sorry.
Yeah. So that's the vibe so that's the vibe that you're
That's
feeling
starting
from
the
him.
attraction. Yes.
Okay,
He
I got
dresses
you.
well.
I got you.
Okay, he takes care of himself. I like a gentleman who is manly, but at the same time soft-spoken. But I like a protector, because you don't want to walk down the road and, you know, he can't protect you in all ways. So I like a protector. So for me, I feel you have to feel it first for you to then. So it's on him now. All of these things that you like, is he reciprocating to you? Those things in your mind,
Yeah.
how you feel, is that what you are
I
getting
got you.
from him?
I got you.
And then, of course, do you accept the calls? Because you have to accept the calls. So if you like, then it becomes love. Because you've got to like first, Andre? You can always love somebody, but if you don't like them, it's an issue.
Explain.
Andre, I can love you and not like you. Why? Because of all the attraction and everything else, and you could be pleasant, but there's certain things about you I don't like.
Oh, okay. I get
Attitudinal and all
Yeah.
of these things, I don't like it. So these things annoy me, you know. But if you like an individual, if you like your partner, if you like your hubby, no matter what happens, it will sustain. It can continue for life. I mean, I was, like we say, if something speaks to you, you understand it better. And I don't know if you watch television divorce cases with
Divorce
Judge
court?
Lynn, divorce court, way back, because I think she was 3 judges away. So I watch a lot of, I used to watch a lot of Judge Lynn Tola, right? And she was talking about her husband one time. He's dead, rest his soul. And she was talking about him, and she says there was a time in her life she just didn't like him. They were going through something. She was honest about it. I just didn't like him. He would come in one room, and she would leave the room. That's how terrible it was. Until they decided she would get up, go to work, he would go to work, and they just wouldn't be talking to each other, but they were in the house. And then one particular day, they decided to discuss it. And it was simple things that were annoying each other. Simple things, Andre.
So that's
And
what
she
you mean when you
talked-
say I don't like
Yes,
particular
so that's
thing.
the like,
Okay.
yes. But she loved him.
Right.
And the simple things that was interfering with the relationship is what they finally discussed. And of course, they're growing people. She's a divorce, she was a lawyer, divorce judge, divorce case lawyer, then a judge and everything. So obviously, and she's into inspiration and all of that. So I think it would be probably a little easier for her to understand, listen, and so on, unlike some of us who, no, you did this and you did that, and and I'm one of those too. And so I gotta be honest with myself. So when I listened to her, I got a lot. Andre, we have to be honest with ourselves. We can't always say we're good if we have issues. And I listened to her, and I learned a lot from her, and I understood a lot from her. And in my opinion, you've got to like an individual before you love the individual. Okay? Or before you can love, meaning get into a relationship. Because there's love at first sight. As soon as I see Andre, oh my God, I fell in love with Andre. Is that real love? You understand?
So that feeling you're talking about, that vibe, I think I can use a baby as an example. Babies have a way, like they can just feel a vibe. You come around them, and
Even dogs.
Even
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
even dogs. That's
I
right.
think dogs, we
and
can-
they sense something coming from you. So I think that's what you're kind of saying, right? You feel this vibe
They
from this
feel-
person. Now I'm
yeah.
looking at Keena there, you know. And
Last time Keena said it's
I'm
only
looking
snow
at
she
Keena.
has. Let's see if Keena has some past
I'm looking
relationship.
at Keena. Hold on, I'll get to you, Keena. Look at
Oh,
Keena.
really?
I'm looking at Keena there, and you know I used to watch a lot of Shaolin Temple movies, and the abbot always has a student that stands out. I'm looking at Keena. Keena is looking at you like a student boy.
Yeah, I saw that she's absorbing
No,
everything.
she's I'm listening to what she's saying though, and a lot of what she says, I mean, most people can relate to it. I mean, some of what she says, I'm not into, not the perfume so much or the shoes so much, but you spoke of how
Well,
No,
man who
she was
smells
saying,
good,
she was
eh?
saying
Oh,
that's
smells good. That's
her.
her.
That's her vibe.
Yes.
So what's your vibe?
My vibe is just the connection. You feel it, like
Yes.
Janice was saying. You
What is it?
actually
But what is
feel
it?
it.
What is it?
The person, instantly when the person comes around you,
Butterflies.
you feel different. Everything about you says, oh wow, something is really happening there. I'm not
The
sure what it
butterflies,
is,
butterflies.
but something is happening, and we call it butterflies, right? But relationships experts have said in the past that even when we do feel the butterflies, after a period of time, that fades. And what you have left is raw emotion with that individual. And for me, it would be consistency to know if that person is genuine.
Right.
Consistency.
In
what do you
terms
mean?
of them
all of-
reaching out,
yeah.
they're making time for you even when life gets busy.
Yes.
It's not only about gestures, but they constantly check in, and you do the same as well.
Yes.
They're interested in your life, in your day, in your goals. Their action match their words, Andre.
So, in other words, now, as I said to Shamak and Nikki, we put the children aside because Shamak used that as an example. He
Yes.
says his mother said, any man coming into her life right? He doesn't ask her about her children. That's the sign for her that something is wrong. So in that situation there, you're saying that the guy is showing some kind of, he's concerned about your well-being and whether you're happy.
Consistently.
You're consistent, In other words.
And also communication
And
is key for me,
communication as well is
you need to communicate.
And your actions have to match your words. And there should be some, emotional availability is really important.
Yeah,
and
someone
talk
to
of the
talk
future
to.
as well. That's really important in there because a lot of the times you meet an individual and there's sparks. I swore I saw a leak or something. Yeah, that's why I looked up. Yeah, there's sparks there and everything, but there's no talk of the future. You're all in that moment. And what happens instantly is that y'all go to bed with each other. And that happens, and that kind of complicates the situation. It really does. Because by the time you're into bed, by the time all this happening and all the kissing, you're still in your feelings and you're somewhat blinded by it.
You don't know the individual
you
yet.
Know the individual.
I
But how
believe
long?
in
How
a
long
lot
do you
of-
have to take? How long? Because
have
is
sex?
it 3 weeks? Is it 3 months? Is it 3 years? How do you decide?
I've waited for more than a year with someone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and even during that time, we didn't kiss, we didn't hug, none of that. And even within that time, I made the decision and I knew, hey, it's not for me. And I just said, okay, it's not for me. And we didn't get to the point that we were sexually active.
But don't you think it's because maybe you really were not, attracted to the guy?
Were you into the individual?
I was into him, and there were so
That's
many
strange.
other things that was
Let him
happening.
strange.
Let him not
No,
kiss.
but I wanted to take my time.
What kind of boyfriend it was? It was an on the phone boyfriend.
I don't know.
No.
I don't
but
know.
both of us made the decision to wait.
Okay.
To
how
wait.
old? Do you mind?
I was actually 29.
Wow.
So you actually had that conversation?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah? So what is the purpose of that? I'm just curious to know.
No, you see, I wanted to wait and I wanted to take my time and I wanted to make sure that I did not deal with the intimate aspects of that relationship first. Is that
Jump
what
into
I
it.
wanted?
Agreed. Yeah.
For the next 2-3 years, is that individual, all the sparks are there. Because I was in a relationship before and it was a long relationship and something happened. It was a few years that we were together. So I didn't want to just jump into another relationship. There were so many things that was happening.
She was in another relationship. That answers
So many
it,
things
yeah.
were happening. He had the child. I wasn't too sure if,
okay.
I wanted to be a stepmom. All of that that factored in as well.
Yeah.
So I decided, hey, you know what? Even though I do feel that particular way, and but I'm not ready to be a stepmom.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
You have to know what you want, and otherwise you would be trapped.
Yeah, these are good points, Keena. Wow. Okay. So I
Yes,
guess
but-
you, as you said, after careful thought and so on, you said,
Nah.
this thing's not for me. Yeah.
And kudos to her, because a lot of people move from one relationship to the next because they just don't want to be alone, or they feel
Yes.
they don't want to be lonely.
And I
But
also
the
had
fact that you-
another situation where this person is no longer in St. Lucia, and there were sparks. We always say, hey, take your time, get to know the person, become
Yes.
friends. And it was super cool. And he said, Keena, and there was talk of the future too. And he says, I want to marry you. I was like, what?
Is that scared
This was
you?
how many months after talking?
Maybe about 6 months after.
Okay.
And I chickened out. I was totally scared. Right?
That's the same person with the child, right?
No, someone else.
somebody
I
Oh.
was terrified. I'm not sure if it was terrified of marriage. I'm not sure. I don't think I was ready. And one day he came and he says, I really want to be with you, but I also really want to get married. And you are not ready for that. I was like, that's okay. Find somebody else. And he's now married, and his wife and I are cool. And he actually told her, you know what, Keena, well, that's not what he calls me. I said, I wanted to marry her. And we're still cool, like vibing and everything. And one day he says, if my wife dies today, I'm going to come. If you're still single.
Be careful, she's listening. Oh my goodness.
No. We just super cool with each other.
Yeah, but
like
you
friends.
You could have that
kinda.
convo.
Last
No,
words.
but no, she knows. He says that. He
Okay.
said that in front of her. And he said, Keena and I are that cool. That's how cool of a person she is.
Well,
and
cool meaning
sometimes
respectful.
We have boundaries. There's emotional availability on the friendship aspect of it. And I always say to my friends that you should not have to rush into the sexual aspect of
Totally agree.
a relationship because you're missing out on so many other factors.
But what's rush?
One
What's,
thing
what's
too,
rush?
Andre, I
What's-
love a guy who can dance as well. That's quite a
Oh, yeah.
turn on, you know.
Yeah.
To be honest, I love a guy who can really shift and maneuver, and whether the woman can dance or not, but he can actually glide and guide her into it. I love that.
All right.
Yeah, I love it.
And if you could actually glide her, then most likely even he's emotionally available too. Most likely in relationships. Yeah.
So,
Let's ask Andre because he hasn't told us on his end.
Yeah, you asked the
He
questions
asked
right
us,
back
but
at you.
Yeah,
Come on
back
now.
at you, Andre. For a woman,
For me, and I've said it already. I think Shamak and Nikki just didn't remember. For me, the most important things is your willingness to sacrifice for me. Okay, and let me explain what I mean. And I make it very, very simple. My brother Tony, I'm not even going to use a female.
Right.
My brother Tony, okay, he was always willing to sacrifice for me. And let me give you the example. When I was sick, okay, at the hospital, Tony Paul, my brother, my late brother, came to that hospital every single day. He was there. And he didn't just come and spend 5 minutes and say, hey, sorry, I got to go. He was there like for hours. He'd stay there with me and we'd just be chatting and talking and so on, right? And then I remember the day I was leaving the hospital, he was right there again. He held me because I couldn't really walk. I wasn't strong enough kind of thing. I'm leaving the hospital. And he held me, brought me to the vehicle, right? Closed the door for me. I needed to get something at the pharmacy. He came there, just across there. He went to get it for me. And then now I had a friend who was cooking my little meals and stuff. He would go to pick that up every single day. Go to pick it up. Right? I mean, man.
That's sacrifice, right?
That's what I'm
there.
talking about.
Yes,
That's
So-
touching.
Yeah.
That's really
so
touching, Andre.
that for me is huge.
I hope he got
Yeah.
all of the thank yous before.
Oh yeah. In fact, I said that to him all the
Yeah,
time.
on air.
I think many
He
times
did.
I've said it.
Yeah.
Actually, said it here already.
Said it
So
already.
he was not just my brother. He was my best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm saying for me that is the sign that you are really
So
interested.
this is something that you would want initially from the woman.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say initially. I mean, at some point in the relationship, something will come up, and she would have to prove whether she really is willing to make a sacrifice for me. And the same thing for me.
Okay.
I must be willing to make a
the
sacrifice for her.
as well.
Right?
Right.
Okay? And that sacrifice could be a whole bunch of stuff. For example, maybe I'm very, very tired because, I woke up an early morning shift and I'm really exhausted. I played the night before, right? I just had about an hour's sleep. And then she says to me, I'm not feeling well. Can you take me to the hospital, please? Right? And I could easily say, but I'm tired. I had a rough night. Yeah? Now the sacrifice would be, despite me feeling tired and everything else,
This
I
is
say, okay,
important. Let's
yes,
go.
let's go.
Ah,
But there are
that's it,
sometimes as well, people do make sacrifice in the initial stages of that relationship. And in the
then-
latter stages, they stop.
Well, and that's
And that's
because
when I find
of
that's when the
the-
disrespect.
that's because of
sets
the
in.
dynamics in the relationship.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, because sometimes you make all these sacrifices because you genuinely interested.
Right.
Right? But the person now, for whatever reason now, they...
Complacency. That's what I
Yes.
okay,
always
there you
say.
go. There you
That's
go.
what I always say.
Yep.
After a while, it's like it does not matter.
They get used to.
And it
Yeah.
matters.
It matters. It matters.
And I hear people say, people cannot make you happy. Now, to some degree, that's true. But
To some degree,
that's
I
not really,
actually
really
agree,
correct.
but not-
Because somebody can make you sad.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is more often what they do anyway. They make you sad. So why can't you make me happy as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
so if you
people can make you happy, Andre. But I mean, it's important to make yourself happy.
Self-happy.
But
Yes,
people
yes.
can add to that.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
people can make you happy. I like being out with my girlfriends. Last night I got home kind of late. I was out with my two girlfriends who were here up until this week and just chatting, and I felt good. I felt happy. I felt all of the above.
Right.
It's a good feeling to be happy.
To be happy.
Yeah.
And of course, the hubby can add to that.
Can add
Exactly.
Yeah, contribute to that
Contribute,
happiness.
yeah.
Especially when he knows the things that make you happy already. He already knows. And to see he's holding back and not doing those things.
And that's something else we have spoken about, Andre, months ago. Peace.
Oh,
You need to be that person's peace. And if you are, everything follows.
Well, yes, but I also feel it's important to be comfortable, because even if two people communicate and they're still not comfortable with each other, there will always be problems. You've got to be comfortable, and not comfortable just because I can remove my clothing in your presence, but
Right.
comfortable with everything I
Everything
say,
else,
comfortable
right.
with everything I do, and comfortable knowing that I can bring my girlfriend here and I can trust you with my girlfriend, Andre. And that years down the line, I wouldn't hear, Andre did have a relationship with, that sort of thing.
yeah.
So you,
Yes.
all of that you want to feel.
in fact, let's take it a step further. That person, let's go back to the scenario of Shomak. That person that you're with has children already who are now mature.
Oh, yeah. that's
Okay,
something
who are
else.
mature. And then you have a guy who you know you can trust. That guy would
Around
not
your
go and
children.
mess around, no matter how attractive they may be looking. That's a huge one
That's a huge
as well.
Important, yeah.
It's very
Because a lot of fellas who see the daughters and say, wow, they look better than the mother.
Yep.
So that's a
Who
good
you
point
bring
he's
into
making.
the house.
Who you
Yeah.
bring into your life
Into
is very,
yeah.
very important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very important. You've
Very
got to-
important.
You've got to remember
Alrighty.
the kids, no matter what. Happiness is important, but at the same time, you have those kids, and they should come first in your life, rather than bring a man to destroy.
And you also have to look beyond the bedroom, or wait on that aspect. Take everything in and make an informed decision as to what you want in your life.
When you say beyond the bedroom, what do you, I don't understand.
The man,
The man or the
and
woman.
she-
Yes.
obviously get to know him first before you jump into the
Yeah.
sack. That's what. She
Oh,
means,
that's what you're
Andre.
saying.
Yes, and I
Yeah.
agree with that.
But how do you get to know him first? How?
Communicate, Andre. You can
Communicate,
go
Andre.
dance
You
and have
do
a
other
drink
things.
and all of the above, and you're not going to the coochie coochie. You're not going
Take
there.
your time.
Yes.
Wait down.
Andre,
Yeah.
Andre, are you saying that from the time you were a young guy growing up, when you were really itching for a girlfriend, you wouldn't wait more than 3 months?
Oh, me back,
Yeah.
back in my young days?
Back. We're not talking about now. We don't want to
Well,
bring that in. Let's go way back then. When you were 18, 19, you wouldn't wait for 3 months, right, Andre?
There you go.
We feel you should.
Oh,
wow,
maybe. Okay. All right.
According to my late grandfather, what you talking?
Oh, my word.
Why you
So
crazy?
now we understand. We get a clear picture.
Yeah. No, but right now, at my age right now,
You'll wait.
You'll wait.
I'm more into communication and so on.
Exactly.
That,
Because you realize, hey,
It's
yeah.
important.
it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Back in the day.
I will bring you back to something you like. Now Andre is going to Mary, Jane, Joan, Sylvia.
Tick, X, tick, X.
2 months,
Okay.
1 night,
Da-da-da.
1 hour.
You've been following my career.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm just,
because she mentioned some names that are true.
I didn't even know that.
Ugh, what happened was it just slipped.
Some common
She's
names
just
there.
using some common names there. Oh boy, you were
like
the one that let it out of the bag, yo. Because she didn't even know.
Andre.
She was one of my.
I love your honesty, man.
She was one of my followers.
So
These are common
One of the
names,
3
right?
whoever
million.
Mary is, no, Jay was not referring to you. She was
No,
just,
not at all. In case
yeah,
you're
it just
listening, I have
happened. In case
no
you're
idea.
listening, it's not what it sounds like,
Yes.
okay?
Oh, Lord.
Andre didn't tell her anything.
No, Andre, no.
No, but when you see you're young, you what you call rambunctious. That's just the way we are, us males, especially the culture and so on.
Yes.
Yeah,
And the attraction comes from below and not.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you're young.
You're not thinking
from
about
above.
those kinds of things,
But as you get older, you get a few clocks and things.
Yeah.
You
and,
realize,
and you know, and the thing is, as a young man, there's certain people, certain males that you look up to, and you want to follow their example, and the examples were bad at the time.
oh my
You
word.
understand?
That's
Yeah,
something else.
yeah. So anyway, let me do some in-house
we haven't done
work
that.
before we continue. Yes, folks. The menu for today at the Thomas Bread Place: stewed backs and saltfish with ground provisions, lentils, tossed salad, and cucumber salad. That's the menu for today at the Thomas Bread Place. Once again, stewed backs and saltfish with ground provisions, lentils, tossed salad, and cucumber salad. And remember to try the wide variety of sea moss beverages, which include coconut, ginger, peanut, and peanut punch, and regular sea moss with flax seeds and chia seeds. Now, just a quick note, and it's a serious note, a serious, very, very serious thing about, not waiting and this sort of thing and jumping into bed. I was speaking with a gentleman who's in the know, and he was, asking me certain things and to do certain things for a certain person, and he was telling me about the organization that he heads. And he was telling me that the number of people who have been diagnosed with HIV in the country, it's over 10,000. Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, people.
I was reading about it.
I'm
Okay.
not surprised.
Late last year.
Yeah, so it's over 10,000. That's a lot for a little country like
That's a
St.
lot
Lucia.
for our
It is.
small
That
island.
is a lot.
That's a lot.
And I know of a situation.
But did he go further to say those people are controlling and taking their medication? And
Yes. But I don't know I'm sure it still happens anyway. But I remember I was talking to a particular person who's in the know, and she was telling me that there's this person who's female, right, HIV positive, with a guy, and didn't tell the guy that.
oh, it's happening.
Oh,
I'm sure.
it's still happening. Oh my word.
I'm sure it's happening.
Jeez,
Yeah.
And
that's scary.
that's why we have to.
Because
be
she's
so
afraid that if she
careful.
tells him, he probably won't stay. So she didn't tell him. I don't know if they're together
Well,
right
and
now. I
within
don't
6
know.
months,
But he's
he's going to
gonna
start
find
feeling
out.
something. Trust me.
He's gonna find
Yeah,
out.
he's
Find out
gonna
what-
start-
what?
That
But he's
if
going
she
to get
has
it.
it and they're having
Oh, that's what
He's
you
gonna
mean.
get it
Ah.
eventually.
He's gonna find out.
Unless, of course, they're
So-
practicing safe sex.
Yeah.
But if they're not, he's going to get it if he doesn't have it already. But depending on how strong his immune system is, it might take him a little longer, to feel it. But if you read about that, which, these things come into your box and you read it. In fact, recently I was reading about this lady who got married the second time. That's American, right? And she had cancer, and she beat the cancer, came out of the hospital, and fell sick again. And when she went back to the hospital, they couldn't understand. When they checked, she was HIV positive. So she was questioning, how could she be HIV positive? It's only her husband, and she's just been back, so nothing really has happened, and so on. Only to find out that he was already HIV when they met. So all those years, and can you imagine?
Wow.
She beat cancer,
Oh my
but
word.
and Andre,
Wow.
she died
Imagine.
within 24 hours of going to the hospital. And if I get that story, I will send it to you. I read that story and I felt it for that woman.
Oh my
Can you imagine?
God.
She beat cancer,
And
all of
having
that,
to-
and then, but
Wow.
he was jailed, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, some people are just selfish. He was just totally selfish.
Yeah,
I thought I was
that's
very
being
selfish of him.
Very.
Okay, so is there anything you guys want to mention before we move on? Anything in particular?
There's a tragic story out of Trinidad. December 31st, a 10-month-old baby drowned in a pool.
10 months.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She was
Wow.
in the home. I think her parents did leave her with her grandmother. They went upstairs, and when they came back down, the child was nowhere in sight. When they looked around, they found the child in the pool. That grandmother has since committed suicide.
Oh my! It's hard.
Wow,
It's hard
wow.
because she's obviously blaming
Well,
herself.
yourself, yeah. But
And
that,
on social media,
She-
again, people were really blaming the grandmother.
Yeah.
And going at her and saying why. And I mean, social media, sometimes you're not in the situation, babies, what happens with them. You turn and they're gone.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
why doors have to be locked. I
Yes.
swear to God, the doors have to be locked. Windows that they can climb and so on. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what I would do. So I feel
I
for that
feel for that
grandmother.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel for that grandmother.
And yeah.
But it's not the first time that a sort of story coming out of Trinidad. I'm sure it probably happened. We know it
Yeah.
happens other places.
It happens
But there was one time, there was a lady who was taking a sea bath, and she had a baby, and she had, I think, a 2-year-old next to her.
Ouch.
Okay,
That's too much.
and the baby was having a little difficulty at the time, so she just let the other one go just to take. She said by the time she turned around, child
The way
disappeared
it
already.
Yeah, the way I would have. Yeah.
Babe, you can't. You
Yeah.
can't.
So
Best thing she could have done is to grip her with her feet. That's the best thing while she fixing.
yeah.
Because I mean,
Yeah, children are so
we are
quick.
grown, and the wave takes us
yes.
much less.
yes, exactly,
You know?
exactly.
And people don't really like. People like the ocean. They don't like the pool because of the chlorine. But the ocean is so wide that sometimes I say, even if it's the chlorine, I still feel safe.
in the pool. Yeah. Now,
Take that.
now you know what you're saying is true. I remember when I was a young guy, we always wanted to go into a pool, right? Because in those days you don't have a pool
Yeah.
except at the hotel or something.
Yeah.
But we go to the hotel, pass through the hotel, and then go to the beach. And I was always longing to go in the pool. Okay, so one day
It's
I remember
beautiful when you look at it.
it was
So I see you.
yeah. So I remember I came from the seawater, and I think the security officer wasn't around. So I said, let me just take a jump in that thing.
You did that,
Which
Andrew?
I did,
Oh
which I
my
did.
word.
But just like I didn't like it.
No, but
Wait,
I didn't like
you
it.
didn't like it?
but before you say you didn't like it, you got your swim and
Yeah,
you
of
came
course.
out.
Yeah.
No,
and
you did,
Yeah.
you did.
I just didn't like the vibe.
It's different.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the
That's-
ocean
It's
is
different
so
because
vast,
you,
right?
That's
it's just
it.
flat,
So
right?
it's
Remember that
right.
it's just flat.
Plus the chlorine.
Yeah.
There's
I said, what?
nothing really happening.
That's it.
But
And I've never made a fuss about
After-
a pool after that. But you know, as a kid, you see those things and you think it's a big
It's a
deal.
big
yeah, it
deal.
looks
A
good.
pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
A
good.
pool.
But now people are getting into jacuzzis now. A lot of people are not putting in pools anymore.
Yes,
Put in
that's something
jacuzzis.
else that they do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
refreshes the body,
Yes.
the mind.
Oh, yeah.
So much better, you know.
Hmm. But that's a good idea. You just mentioned, Janice, about putting your foot on the child's foot or something like that.
Yeah, grip,
Yeah.
grip.
Yeah.
Just
You're
for
not-
that
you're not
split
thinking.
second, at least she would have had her, even if the water took her, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But she would have felt it. But the minute you take your hands off and you're doing this, your mind is off of. It's just like the cell phone, Andre. You're walking on the road and you're using your cell phone just to say, "I'm on my cell," and you walk. You know you're walking straight. By the time you lift your head, you to the left or you to the right. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's not safe.
It's not safe.
Yes.
And that's why it's important to keep safety at the forefront of our daily lives because anything is possible.
Anything.
You just
What,
don't
Murphy's
know.
Law.
Yes.
Anything that can go wrong
Anything that
will.
can go wrong will.
And you know that's how, like, especially when I'm driving, I'm always thinking of all the possibilities, right, of something going wrong.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't drive fast. Because I'm saying, if I'm driving fast, how can I now take control of the situation?
Yeah.
All the possibilities.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, for example, a thing like a dog crossing the road and you're speeding. The normal human tendency is to want to stop if you see a dog suddenly crossing.
Yes.
Right? Very few of us will just drive. Some of us do. Some of us do. But the general tendency is to want to stop.
Yeah.
Because
Even a bird, Andre, although the bird is going to
exactly.
fly up.
Yes.
You know,
Exactly.
the bird is going to fly up, but
Yeah, you
we
just-
tend to start
yeah,
slowing down.
yeah.
Yes.
So imagine you're speeding and you have this dog crossing and the tendency is to tap,
Tap,
the
yeah.
brakes. Now you're speeding. Or there's a minibus that has stopped. And I'm thinking maybe a child could be running from the
Yeah.
front
And a
of the
couple of
vehicle.
people have died that way.
Yeah, things like that. I'm always thinking about those things. I say, boy,
And I'm
let me-
happy that you mentioned that too, because recently a scientific study said that people that are more careful live longer.
yeah, yeah.
Because if you practice safety, you're always careful about your surroundings, and so you will be more mindful of what you do in every interaction.
Exactly. There's a thing that a lot of the young drivers are doing right now. When it's like certain times of the day or night, they figure the rules of the road don't apply anymore. So you have an intersection and they wouldn't stop. They're supposed to stop.
But it
And they
What?
don't. They just drive right through.
Oh, yes.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, and talking about that, Andre, let's look at the pedestrian crossing. When I'm walking, I never jaywalk, right? I try my best, maybe 90%, 95% of the times. I get to the nearest pedestrian. And right in the north, I did that, got to, let's talk about northbound and southbound. So I am heading northbound and I stop, but I want to go, after I do the northbound, I want to go southbound, but I need to cross. And so the northbound vehicle has stopped. So I start crossing. and the southbound vehicle, and Andre, I am in the middle of the pedestrian, and so when he got to me, I said what I said to him, and he says back to me, I am supposed to stop for him. But Andre, I am coming from this end, so which is northbound, north is supposed to stop for me. South is supposed to know that they have to stop because somebody's already crossing.
Yes.
And I was like, we really need to educate people on this pedestrian and everything else. Because we understand the jaywalking, and that's why we're doing our best to get to the closest or the nearest pedestrian, but we're still not getting the respect when we do it. So why do you think some people decide, I'm not going any further, I'm just going to try and cross?
You know that pedestrian crossing just at the VG roundabout, say you're heading down to the city, right? There's a pedestrian crossing, right?
Where Avis used to be.
Correct,
Avis
is right.
still there.
Sunday, I saw a gentleman, and I know these are his children. He has some little ones behind him. He starts to walk. You know that area is very dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. People come around the roundabout.
Exactly.
Quick.
He starts to walk past that pedestrian crossing, and the children are behind him.
Ouch.
It's something
He
we
didn't
see
hold their
happening
hands.
all
He didn't
the
hold their
time.
hands. He just
And it
walked,
shouldn't.
and the kids are running after him.
Why is
Oh my
there
gosh.
pedestrian
That's like the
crossing
mother-
there in the
that's
first
like-
place?
I do,
No,
that one.
have to, because if it's not there, where it's going to be a little higher up by rail.
No, but it's just not safe because
But it's
people.
all countries,
you
it
see,
is right
yeah,
there
it's
when you come
somewhat,
around.
but again, I think it's important to educate the public.
Which is what I said.
And that's what Janice just said. It's also important that we as drivers respect pedestrians and other drivers.
Yes.
Correct.
And we are very careful on the roads.
I would never take a chance like that if I have my child or my children to leave them behind there and I'm walking on
What
the
does this
pedestrian
remind
crossing.
you of, Andre? You never see the fowls?
Oh
Mothers
yes,
in the
right.
front, the little ones at the back.
Exactly.
That's how they do it.
Now the mother doesn't have a hand, right?
Yeah,
Doesn't have hands.
doesn't. So
There's a
they're
person
running there
with
at the
two
back.
But
hands.
as an adult,
He walks ahead
It's
of them,
children.
Yeah.
and they
When he's
follow him.
supposed
They
to
should be next
be
to
together
you.
with them when the
Yes.
car stops. Now start.
Exactly.
You know?
And I saw that. I said, "What, boy?" So back to the thing about the intersection. So because I know the guys now acting that way when it's like late night or whatever, they don't stick to the rules. I slow
You
down.
Slow down, yes.
I slow down.
Yes.
Just to avoid, because the fellas just drive past those. It's like what?
even right here at the mall, the vehicles, they are not mindful to just drive.
Yeah.
I was going to the supermarket recently, and this lady, I'm crossing, and she's just coming full speed. And I'm like, what are you doing? You see me cross?
What
like,
you mean? There's a pedestrian there?
No, but I'm walking
So
to
you were
the
jaywalking?
supermarket. To the supermarket.
Oh, you mean in here?
Right here.
Oh, okay. yeah.
And people are not even mindful that people
Yeah.
are walking
Yeah.
and going about their
Exactly.
business as well. They just
Yeah.
drive
Mm-hmm,
with no care in the world. And I'm standing there looking at the lady like I'm crossing, and she's like, whatever. She's on her phone and it's like,
Exactly. The phone thing. That's the other
something
thing
else,
again.
a
This is
distraction.
yeah, this is a distraction.
because you're on the phone, you're not being observant, you're not aware that someone is crossing. What happens then?
You know, the St. Lucia Fire Service, as we're talking about that, they give some information about the New Year's weekend, and they spoke about a range of fires, assaults, and traffic-related emergencies across St. Lucia. So it just goes back to what we're just talking about there. I just find, in general, we are very indisciplined. We're very indisciplined.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and we're not so shocked when I read those things about fires, assaults, and traffic-related incidents and so on. I'm not surprised because I find we're just so indisciplined. We're indisciplined, and we seem to take a pride or pleasure in breaking the law.
I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
And Andre,
we don't stick to the rules.
another disrespect I find too here in St. Lucia is when the ambulance, you hear this siren. Whether, there are times when I would hear it late.
Yes, that does
I'm
happen.
being honest,
Or
yes.
you're not sure exactly what
Which
direction.
direction
Direction it's coming from.
But what I dislike is, you hear this, and the cars are still on the main road. They haven't pulled off to the side. And, okay, one or two are pulling off, and the others are still in the middle of the road, and you keep hearing that siren. And when he passes, he barely makes it between, because he's going northbound, right? North has moved to the side. South is still driving. you are supposed to, on both sides of the road, you're supposed to give way.
Yes.
Give way.
Stop
Yeah.
completely. Stop completely. And I've traveled a lot. So, and I see that, and I see the respect. I'm not talking about the Caribbean. I'm talking outside of the Caribbean. They have so much respect. Andre, the cars on both sides of the road will stop completely. Let him pass and completely pass before anybody start to move. And in St. Lucia, before he even passes, they're moving already.
Yeah, that's
You know?
right.
But again, it was
That's
happening
right.
before.
Boy.
When you heard the siren, people gave way. All of a sudden, over the last few years, it has changed.
I don't
And
know
it's
about
lack
people
of
giving way.
respect.
Maybe one or
You remember
two,
the
but
video, the famous video of an ambulance trying to make its way heading down south, heading to the city, and some vehicle is in front of the ambulance, deliberately blocking.
No way.
Yes, that
Yeah.
that
happened
went
here?
viral. Yeah, that went
What
viral.
happened to this driver?
I have no
I
idea.
don't
I
know.
hope he was-
I don't
I hope
know.
he was
But the
arrested.
guys in the ambulance were actually recording what he was doing.
What he was doing
Imagine
at the time.
Oh,
yeah.
and did they
Deliberately
have
blocking.
someone in the
Yeah, well,
ambulance?
well, I don't know, to
We
be
don't
honest with you.
know,
I don't know.
It happened.
Ouch.
And there are some instances where it happens a lot on our roads. People have their driver's licenses and they go and they buy these big vehicles. You cannot drive it. What you doing with it?
Especially these narrow streets that we have.
And not only that,
Monsieur.
giving way is like they panic and they stand, they're just there.
That's
they,
true.
They don't want to move. Like, really?
But this is something that the authorities are going to have to take a look at, because our roads. I'm thinking of, for example, the Bocage Road. Okay, I do not like driving the Bocage Road for that particular reason. The guys are coming up there with these massive vehicles,
Oh, my
these
word.
large things, and you now trying your best, to maneuver the road.
To maneuver.
It's just so. There's just little space
Our roads
there.
are not even meant for, like, seriously?
In some countries, Andre, for trucks and
They have
buses, there's certain times that you just cannot be on the road.
Well, there
Yeah.
you go.
Certain times you just
The
cannot be on the
size
road.
of those vehicles, man, some
Big
massive
times,
things.
You just can't. So overnight, get it there. Trailer trucks and all of these things.
And I get why they may want a bigger vehicle. You have more space in there. You may be able to see the road better. But if you cannot maneuver with the vehicle, don't get it.
Let me tell you, I hear what you're saying, but there are people in
Sheesh.
small vehicles that cannot
Oh, yeah, that
maneuver
too.
either.
Well, of course, that does happen.
I think sometimes
They
fear.
think it's a big vehicle, but it's a little thing. So,
Hmm.
hey, that's why I kept laughing because I thought of what you were saying, but my mind went into people with small vehicles and they have the same
and they
problem.
have the same problem as well.
Yeah.
But how do the authorities address something like this? Because our roads definitely are not meant to take those.
A lot of PSAs would be good,
these
service
vehicles
announcements.
can't even
Public
get a
service
parking
announcements will
space in the
definitely
city.
work as well.
A lot of that would work. And we need signage. Very important. 3
we
miles
do.
down or a mile down,
do.
pedestrian, blah, blah, blah.
We
need
don't
that.
have. We don't have.
When
yeah.
we see those things, Andrea, I must say it's because it's a school. So you have a little sign saying, school is whatever,
But even
100
when we
yards.
do have signage, Jan, people don't respect them.
Well, that
It
too.
goes back to what I said earlier. We just like
How
to
do we-
defy the
Yeah.
law.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're that way.
And
We
then
have
we
to
need more
defy the
police
law.
on the road. So when people do that, stop
And we don't
and you
realize
get a ticket.
that these laws are actually there for your own good.
Exactly.
They're there to protect you.
They're there to protect you, yes,
Exactly.
yes, yes.
My
But
gosh.
I'm totally against what they do at the pedestrian because we are doing so good by not jaywalking and walking to the pedestrian, which is why it's there for us. And then the driver, so ignorant, gets on of us because we are doing the right thing.
Exactly. Over the Christmas season, now you have Labrie Street that's been blocked off because of the Halls of Justice
Halls of
construction,
Justice
right?
construction.
So that's blocked off, all right? So during the Christmas season, of course, you have an influx of people, visitors, and so on, and more vehicles on the road.
Yeah.
And man, traffic was crazy. Few days prior to Christmas Day, a few days prior to New Year's Day, I literally stayed away. I say, see me, I'm not going. It's just so stressful. What I wanted to say is that between that time, I never saw a traffic officer. Right? The
You
traffic
might be
department
right. Yeah,
knows
I was
what's
in
going
town
on.
2 days before. Andrea might be right. I didn't see one either.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I didn't go into town. I was smart,
You
Andrea.
avoided it, yeah.
No,
You
I
barely see
parked-
them on the road
No, I parked.
anymore.
I parked in Sanssouci,
Mhm.
and I walked down the stairs and went.
Oh,
to-
Okay,
I did
all right.
that, and
It was crazy.
yeah, it
I'm
was.
saying, but knowing what's going on there, this is Christmas time, you have many more visitors and so on, And the same thing for the New Year's. I'm saying, no traffic
They
officer
may have
there.
been, but I didn't see any.
I didn't see
Andrea, you
any.
might
I
be
didn't see
right.
any.
Yeah, I didn't see any. Not one.
And I just got to the point, I said, you see me, I'm not going in this madness. So just that I should just mention that.
Yeah.
But we really
As we
have to
start the
work
new year,
on
we
this
really
thing,
need
you
to
know,
work on
man.
that.
But it
You know,
starts
this
with
thing
us
about
as
us defying the
individuals.
law.
You know.
We love to defy the law, right? And I want to say that again to these young fellas especially, because I see them when they pass. This is a, you know, knowledge tells you this is an intersection, we should stop. Wisdom.
Slow and stop.
E-
So you gotta
exactly.
slow and
Right.
stop.
The guys just go right through.
Yeah.
So now we have to be careful and say, hey, you know something? I want to prevent this thing, so I have to back off now for the sake of these individuals. My gosh. Anyway, so let me ask you all something. What did you all do on the 22nd of December? Do you remember what happened on that day? 22nd of December. There's something special that happened in St. Lucia on the 22nd of December. Think.
Cecilia's Day.
No, 22nd of December.
What's it?
St. Cecilia's the November.
November.
Right. So what happened on December 22nd?
22nd
Try to remember. December 22nd. That's the first time that ever happened in St. Lucia. VAT-free day.
Oh! But you see, I was not even
Oh, I was
involved
not
in it.
even involved
That's
in
why,
it. I
Andre,
didn't like.
I didn't
Oh.
So I was
purchase
going
anything.
to ask, you know, what did you all go shopping and
No,
stuff?
but I was here.
No.
You remember I came
No,
here?
she was
I
here.
Yeah.
We worked.
You remember when I walked in, I
Yeah,
said,
but
it's VAT
afterwards-
day
No,
today?
No, I
After-
wasn't
afterward-
part of the VAT free day thing.
No, I didn't actually.
I
But
didn't.
I saw the commercial.
It was
It was crazy.
crazy.
in the supermarkets
What?
and Courts had it. Ooh. Yeah, I saw a couple of
Yeah.
places. Yeah.
I was just curious to know if people really saw, you know, they felt the savings. That's what I wasn't
sure they
sure.
did.
I'm sure they did.
Andre. But let's just hope that the business houses sometimes tend to put up that they say there's a sale, but they've already done their in-house.
And that's one of the
business, and
reasons
it's
I
not a
didn't
sale
want
really.
to.
So let's just hope that
Go
the thing
anywhere.
is, we knew VAT would be coming. So I think what we could have done, or what many people may have done, is to go to the supermarkets and the business houses before. Make sure you check how much it is. And if it was $20, make sure the next day it is minus 12% or whatever the
Because
VAT is.
I was thinking and saying a number of items are already VAT exempt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially the ones that we normally buy, like the rice and the sugar and those kinds of
Well,
things.
that's what you don't buy. 'cause
So I'm
you know
saying,
that
I
price is
wonder,
normal.
because it wasn't on alcohol for sure, right?
Really?
It wasn't on alcohol.
It wasn't alcohol.
on vehicles,
no
tobacco
cigarettes,
products, or anything of that
That's
sort.
correct.
And
Exactly.
services.
So I wonder,
But-
what is it that people really bought
Appliances, furniture.
at the supermarkets?
No,
No,
not the
business
supermarket,
houses.
but maybe courts or so on. Yeah.
Mhm.
At the supermarkets, I guess other things.
That's what I was
Food
wondering.
items.
What?
Food
I was just
items.
wondering.
Food
That's
items.
that has
How many
that.
more food items would have been
All food.
attracting the VAT?
Maybe our
All the
listeners
food.
can chime in.
Say again?
Let us know. Our listeners,
Okay.
they
Yeah.
can chime in, and viewers and chime
Yes.
in and let us know how it worked.
Yeah,
But it was
To
crazy.
experience.
Yeah,
But it was crazy
It was
for true.
crazy out there.
Yeah. And
So
with
St.
the
Lucians-
traffic as well.
You think
Can you
you?
imagine today's only the 6th?
Mhm.
And we forgot what happened on the 22nd, Keena.
Yes,
Imagine that,
imagine
imagine that.
already. Yes.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
But you know, I think we spent a lot of money for the Christmas and the New Year, and of course the VAT free day. Spent a lot of money, and remember also we got paid very, very early. all right?
Yes.
So we got November salaries, then we got December very early.
right,
so
really
now
early.
we have about I think January is about close to 5 weeks.
5 weeks. Let's see what happens midweek, mid-month
It's
rather.
always the hardest month.
It's
I
always
tell
the
you.
hardest
Yeah.
We
month.
know that.
I saw the ATMs there, some of the banks, man, full of people. You know, the ATM. Yeah, just
People?
like
Oh.
on the weekend there. Yeah, I think
boy.
people had to go and stock up or restock.
At least they have.
Restock.
They didn't clear it out. So that's a good
That's
thing.
true too. That's true too. But you know, I want to just mention something. I want to say bravo to the Labour Party administration. Although they're not the ones who started it, I think that was under the United Workers Party when under Mr. Alan Chasney, where they had suspended property taxes. That has been
Yeah, at
suspended
one
for
point in
quite a
time,
few
they
years.
did it.
Now, to be honest with you, I'm benefiting from that because property taxes, I have my property and I have to pay property taxes. I remember Dr. Kenny Anthony, we had an interview one time and he was telling me it's probably one of the most difficult taxes to pick up. Most solutions don't pay it.
Yeah.
Yeah, despite the fact that it is the law.
Yeah.
So if you don't pay it, you have interest being accrued and blah, 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 blah. And I remember Dr. Anthony telling me, he said to me, people just don't pay it. So the government now has actually extended this relief, if you will. To be honest with you, I love it. To
I
be honest
welcome
with you. Yeah.
You know,
Extended it for 1 year, or what is it?
Well, they will say.
they
will say.
it.
Yeah. So if you're wondering, because I remember there's a particular gentleman who also always calls me, asks me, Andre, do we have to pay now? We have to pay now? I
Why he ask you?
Because I think I'm the one who told him that it was on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at the time. Yes.
Oh, okay,
So
nice.
it's been on since the United Workers' Party, then they have the Labour Party. They've kept it. So now the Prime Minister now made it again official that this thing is still on. So I think that's cool, especially for middle income earners.
Oh, yeah.
That's a cool thing. Because generally governments tend to look more at the lower social economic order, the poorer people
Yes.
and the middle
So,
the middle
and
class.
As you're talking about the poorer people, we still want to thank them for adding, even if it's $100 for the retirees. I mean, the elderly really need some more help. And I hope they add another $100 for the elderly, because
Yes,
they did,
yes,
you
yes.
know? I think a year or two ago, $100 was added. I mean, I know that because of my mom, so I know
Okay,
that.
so you yeah.
And I'm appreciative of it, but I wish they would add another, you know.
Yeah, in fact, thanks for taking my call. He's been basically imploring, requesting of the government that the same bonus that was given to civil servants be given to the NIC pensioners as well, and I agree with him.
And that's something
If not
that you've
the
been
same,
stressing
if not
on
the
as
same,
well,
but
and I
some of
agree
it.
Some of it, yeah.
It's not
Some.
the same sum, because
Yeah.
we can't
Yeah.
say we can get the same percent, but you know, it would be good
A
to
little
get some.
something.
And most likely they'll be looking into it, and I guess maybe over the next few months we'll find out whether
Yes.
something will happen.
But
But we really need
we
help
must
for the
keep up
elderly.
the
We
pressure.
certainly need help for the elderly.
Listen,
it's
I've
not
had-
just the
Not just the
teens,
elderly
not
alone,
just the
but
youth.
yes.
No, but everybody's so focused on the youth, the youth.
You're a
But we
lady after
have
my
to
own
be-
heart. I've been saying so for the longest
we
while.
have to.
And that's what we hear. The youth is.
what about
is-
the
is-
elderly? You know, we need to
Yeah.
also focus on the elderly.
When I have the politicians in, I said to them, what about us? I put them in it. I say, what about us? You're not giving us anything?
I'm even talking about those that are older. Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Because,
talking about
because in St. Lucia, when you're considered old? At what age?
55, because that is what age now?
65.
65 now.
No, but 55 is when you retire here. But I realize that the generation now, we're looking so much younger.
Well, you're talking about the public service. The public service, 55.
55 public
55
service.
public
So
service.
private is not 55 either?
No,
No,
it goes for longer than that.
Longer.
Yeah,
I don't know, because most people.
yeah. So it's 65. You're considered old.
Please. That was yesteryear. Now, people look too good.
I remember
People look too good at 60.
the minister for health inside. I asked him. I said to him, at what age are you considered to be an old person? And he said 65.
65 it is.
Yeah.
65.
Andre, you go to the States
hey,
in the
that-
supermarket
hey,
and you
that-
see those
You
people
know I
can't
qualify.
even walk.
You qualify.
I qualify. I qualify.
Thank goodness you have your business
So
right
head
now.
at. I went to the bank some time ago, and I remember there was this long line. I mean, it's a long, extended line. I say, wait, Missy boy, today hour. So somebody said to me, but you could take the senior citizens.
But that's from 60. The senior is from 60, so that's okay.
Yeah, they said I could take that line.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, well, I mean, let me go there. People on the other line telling me, Gasa, what you doing like Gasa? Gasa, what you doing like Gasa?
They're not sure. I don't think they know how old you are.
What you doing like
That's
Gasa?
a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a
But
good
had a
thing.
joker. Well, that line was so slow.
I was about to tell you, Andre, it's a waste of
That line
time.
was
It is
so
so
slow.
slow. Just
You
stay on
wo-
the normal line. It is a waste of time.
It's a.
That was so slow.
If you're trying
Very
to figure
slow.
out why it's slow, you already know.
I think so, right? Exactly.
It have nothing to do with the people age. I don't know
You
why they
already
take so
know.
long. But it's very slow.
I say, me, never again. I don't go on that line. Hour.
Jeez.
I take it forever.
You have to take two lines. You have to
Yes,
go to
yeah.
the main one and try over there and say you on this line as well. Otherwise, you're there for the entire day.
Yeah.
And generally, going to the bank it takes forever.
Depends on what time you go.
And that's despite all
If
these.
you go in the early on a Tuesday, it's pretty quick.
Mhm.
Tuesday and Thursday.
You don't go
Good
at the
idea.
time when it is pay check withdrawals. You just don't go.
But
Like you don't.
generally on
You
a
try
Tuesday
not
and
to go on a
Thursday,
Friday
it's
when these
kinda
construction
quiet.
workers
Or
are
public
going
servants.
to
Yeah,
get
that's
money.
true.
Public
Fridays
servants
as
get
well.
paid.
Public
It
servants
is
get
a
paid the
horrible
22nd
time.
or something.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
despite having all these ATMs, right? automatic teller machines are there, and online banking. Despite all of that, the banks are still loaded with people when you go inside
That's because
there.
they cut their staff. Andre, you go to the bank and they have six teller machines and you only see 2 tellers.
Not many people do the online banking thing.
I don't. I don't.
You don't?
Not many people
No, I
do.
don't.
And
It's so
why is that?
easy, though.
Why is that?
I just
You're afraid of it?
maybe.
Mhm. Yeah, a lot of
I'm
us,
just not
yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah, with it.
Transferring
Yeah.
money from one person to the next.
I'm just not comfortable
it's
with it.
just so
My
easy.
daughter is
Like,
perfect with it. She's fine with it.
Yeah.
And I'm just not comfortable.
and that's okay.
So you see, and I'm
that's
I'm
okay,
sure there are
because a
lots
lot
of
other
people
people
like that.
are
You know
not
what I'm saying?
comfortable
And there's
as
some
well.
Take my time
transactions.
and go to the
Yeah.
bank.
There's some
I will.
transactions you just need to go inside there.
Yes.
Yeah,
there's some
but I'll take my
transactions
time
you
and
need
do
to-
whatever I have to do. I'll go. I don't know in another year. Ask me that in a year. But last year and the year before I did it, and look, 2016, I'm saying today,
Yeah.
I'm still going to do it. I'm going to go into the bank or the machine, whatever. You know?
And you know, I just don't like all the questions, all the things that, you know, you've been asked. And the whole process takes a long time to do the online banking. That takes a long time. Oh my gosh.
That's
Why?
safety.
Really?
Why?
Safety,
Yes, it takes a long time, an hour and a half sometimes. When you go to the bank.
The question?
It takes a long time.
The last time I went, I was out there in 30 minutes.
No. He says the online bank.
Online banking, yeah.
No, when you went to the bank?
Yes.
Online.
No.
To do
It
it.
took me 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you're doing online.
No.
But not
I
online
went to the
banking.
bank.
Online banking.
I went to the bank to sign up here at Republic Bank. It wasn't that long.
And it was Republic Bank I went to. That took
well, I
forever.
guess.
That took forever. Even with the business
Well, it
that
depends on
I
which
have there.
branch.
Yeah.
Even with this business, try to get the online banking. That was one long process.
Oh,
It was
right.
never completed. It
So
was
many
never
things
completed.
To sign, right?
Pardon?
A lot of things to sign.
Yeah. It's almost like, you know, when you try to do something, these computers, the AI ask you all kinds of questions and you have to answer this, answer that, go in this, go in that. I say, Miss, what kind of thing is that?
Yeah.
I find that
Security.
really, really.
Security.
Safety.
Yeah, that's, I understand that's what it is, but Miss, yeah. So that's another reason a lot of people don't like to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's a
get it.
long, drawn out
Too much.
process.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and you know, right now we're living in a technological age.
Yeah.
This morning I was reading, and I'll have this full story tomorrow about some new, the latest spectacles that's going to be coming out on another level, completely different level, right? What these things do, right, to assist with your eyesight and everything. I mean, off the charts,
Oh, yeah.
off the charts. But they say those glasses are going to be very expensive at the beginning.
They
Yeah.
will be.
Yeah, I think they said the company spent about $14 million on those glasses.
And then somebody steals the idea and we can get it for peanuts.
Yeah.
That's how it works all the time.
So look out for those glasses. But they're going to be, and I think they said you have to charge them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just like a
Oh.
phone, you have to
Oh.
keep charging them. But they're off the charts.
So it
off
might
the
soon
charts.
be able to speak with us.
Yeah. Yeah, the
likely,
AI
yes.
in this thing
Yeah.
does all kinds of things.
would.
So that's a cool thing. So maybe that's when you think of, for example, our friend who, thanks for taking my call. He has
Mr.
this
Sylvester,
issue.
right. Yeah.
Maybe in the not too distant future, those new AI things are going to be
Yeah.
maybe able to assist people like him and many others, which I think is a wonderful thing. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, most
that's
definitely.
revolutionary, man. Anyway, all right. So let's get into the shout outs.
Shout outs already? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Enjoying the vibe.
Okay, Facebook. I'm in there. Good morning, everyone chiming in on Facebook. It's good to have you listening and viewing. Dakota McQuire Cleveland Seeley was the first to chime in on our Facebook platform.
Hey, Dakota.
And she said, good morning to all and send some hearts. Thank you so much. By a snappy yeah man, as always, is in the house as well. And he says, good morning. And he says, send some smiling emojis as well. Then we have Dakota McGuire Cleveland Seeley says, Happy New Year. Okay, what's
Happy New Year to you, Dakota. All the best.
says Happy New Year. Then we have Sharon Peter. She says Happy Tuesday. Good morning.
Morning, Sharon. Hope all is
Lon
well.
Jules is in the house as well, and he says, good morning, Keena. Good morning, Andre. Sharon Peter returned and says, Tony.
Yeah. And the ad with his voice is ending soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love hearing it still.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes me
yeah.
feel like he's still around. Yeah. When I hear it, I smile. Yeah. Yeah. Alon Jules actually chimed in. He returned and says that he heard that Lisa Joseph passed away.
I've been hearing that
I've been
since
hearing
yesterday.
that, but I asked. I was told she's in the hospital, but I'm not quite sure. But Lisa, we're
From DBS?
yeah,
Oh, well, somebody else was doing the deaf announcement. I haven't heard of
Exactly.
voice.
yeah,
Yeah, when I said to the person, that's just a rumor for now, because that would have been all over the place.
yeah. I haven't.
So maybe there's a little smoke,
somewhere.
yeah, somewhere.
But,
yeah. As you said, maybe she's hospitalized, maybe that.
Well, nonetheless, keep her family and friends in our thoughts and our prayers as well, because whatever
No,
is
we're gonna
happening,
keep her in our thoughts
and
her
her
and
as
hope
well.
it's not.
If there's anything
not-
wrong,
If there's
because we don't
anything
even know.
wrong,
We don't even know.
I don't know if there's anything wrong. John McCurdy chimed in and says, "Good morning, REV-UP family, listening audience. Good morning. Pole Food Baby Henry is in the house," and she says, "Good morning and happy Tuesday to REV-UP St. Lucia family and all in the chat room." Melanie Destang says, "Good morning, everyone." Good morning, Melanie. Lucita Jean-Pierre says, "Good morning, Andre, Keena, and Lady J. Welcome to
Good
our REV-UP
morning.
family, and big hugs from the Big Apple."
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Lucita returned and she says, "Good morning, everyone on the live and Radio Garden. Share the link." She also returned and says, "Sending love to Joella D. Francis, Jan Blas Warner."
Sorry to disturb you. I'm getting multiple messages there that it seems that this
true?
is true.
Oh, wow.
It seems that way. Because this is coming from multiple sources there. Yeah.
Well, you need the right source, which is where she worked.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you have it from where she
Okay.
worked, then that would be positive for sure.
And I was playing at a place called
When you
Tattoos
were- so
Bar.
she worked until the end.
I played there.
I'm getting as well.
I played at Tattoos Bar on Old Year's Night. I actually saw her. Yeah, when she walked in, she was actually at that event there.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw her right then. Wow.
I saw her just recently as well.
hmm
And that smile always gets me.
Mm.
Whew. Okay. Lucida Chapia says, "Sending love to Joella D. Francis, Jan Blas Warner, and Pato Rigobert. Blessings to all." Irene Schalmine is in the house as well, and
Oh,
she
Irene.
says, "Good morning to all. Enjoying listening to my sis, Lady J." And someone else says, yeah, she passed away. Lucida Chapia says, "Sadly, when she passed, never heard that," and was saying that it's fake news. Lucida Jean-Pierre says, "Chichab, good morning, my darling." Catherine McPhee says, "Good morning, REV-UP team. Blessings all."
Good morning.
Jan Blas Warner is in the house. She says, "Thanks, God." She's responding to Lucida Jean-Pierre there. Irene says, "So sadly, Sir Joseph has transitioned.
Okay,
Condolences
so that is
to the
true.
media fraternity and her family. May she rest in peace."
Mm-hmm.
Irene returned and she says, "No, it's not." I guess she's returning. She's responding there. Sherry Blossom says, "Andre, behave." I'm not sure what she was referring to. Maybe something he was saying
Yeah, 'cause,
earlier.
one of the naughty things I said.
Most likely. Barbara Augustine says, "Good morning, REV-UP family members. Missing my darling Tony and his laughter. When will it end? Have a wonderful day, Kiki." Thank you so much, Barbara. Sending you kisses. Mwah. Josiane. I also said, oh my gosh, Jojo, I'm so sorry. Kisses. Hope you don't mind. Mwah. Josiane Alexander Latcher says, "Good morning, REV-UP family. A blessed and productive day to all."
You as well, Josie.
Sherry Blossom says, "Mwedi zot fum fe Andre Male." George Showery says,
Pamoyon.
But he might be the leader.
I think it's what he says and how he says it. I think that's what it is. John Showery says, "Good morning, Andre, Keena, you guys and everyone listening. Happy New Year." Sheecha responded to Lucita and says, "Good morning, darling." Sharon Peter says, "Newspin Sadness abounds as we report the death of DBS's Lisa Joseph. She passed away this morning.
Oh. How old is she? Any idea?
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Oh, man.
I'm still trying to shake that off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She Chubb said sad. Sherry Blossom says VAT-free day. Irene returned and says, all my juices and bagels, laundry stuff that had VAT, I stocked up on them.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's responding to that.
Bagels, Irene? Okay.
Yeah.
I love bagels.
I love bagels. She Chubb
Especially when it's
says,
warm, nice and warm.
yes. She Chubb says, thank you, Andre, for speaking the truth.
About which one? What did
I'm not
Andre
sure.
say?
She must. That's 12 minutes ago. So, Fawani says people bought meat, chicken, ham, turkey, detergent, shrimps, and other things. Free ticket to heaven, free eternal life, free grace. If you want it and you want to become a Christian and want to go to,
There's an ad there?
no idea,
Probably putting an ad in there.
to heaven, then just pray, say it loud. This simple. I'm not sure. That's the first time this person is chiming in on our
Yeah,
platform.
it's probably
So
an advert.
it's maybe something else. I think they just shared it. She Chubb returned and says, "Can you put this rule?" I think she's referring to property tax.
Yeah, property tax, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that was started under Alan Chasney.
Okay.
Yeah, he started that. It was part of the 5 to Stay Alive.
Okay. Pius Nappy man chimed in and with laughing emojis. Thank you so much, Pius. Irene returned and she says, "I do everything online, not me with those long lines."
Andre. Yeah.
She Chubb says, "Andre, do not even talk about Lisa Joseph." Okay, I'm not sure what she's referring to. Irene Chalmine returned and says, it's
don't
all
think
over
we even
Facebook
got-
now. Camila
Okay.
Jill says, yes, Lisa died. Zachary Hippolyte posted it on Facebook.
Oh.
Patricia Benjamin says, Happy New Year, REV-UP family. Have a good one. She Chubb says, Newsspin Facebook has it. Rolanda
Okay.
Clary says, good morning to all. Wade Williams returned and says, yes, reports confirm that Lisa Joseph of St. Lucia has died, with condolences and tributes appearing on social media platforms like St. Lucia News Now and Sons and Daughters of St. Lucia. Rest in
Yeah.
peace, indicating she was a known figure possibly involved in community
That person don't know that part.
or and some other things. Rosaline Badu Glasgow says, good morning, watching from Philadelphia. Yeah, and that's the last person to chime in on Facebook. Okay, WhatsApp. While it's loading online, let's see. Okay, it's loading. Let's see. Not that many. Okay. 1 second. Something is up with the internet, so I'll go to the phone in the meantime. Okay. Not now.
So let's just say condolences to Lisa Joseph's family.
Someone says, A.G. Simpson said, hello. Something is happening with our WhatsApp platform this morning. 1 second. Bear with me. Someone
Okay.
says,
I was just
on
there
our
responding
WhatsApp
to all the
platform,
people.
That's okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry. I was just there responding to all the messages from the
Okay.
concerned listeners, viewers, etc., etc. So yes, I was distracted.
That's okay.
Yeah,
With
I
everything that's
realized you
happening
there.
and
So
all the
we had a
messages.
little dead air. Sorry about that,
Yeah.
folks. Sorry about that. Sorry.
And whilst I was trying to, it's like everything Lisa's passing is in that state right now. So
Yeah.
bear with us. Someone on our WhatsApp platform, moving on to the WhatsApp platform now, someone says, and I think they're sent that message just this morning, and they were chiming in because of the program with Shumak and Nikki and the Love Zone. And individual said one needs to give themselves some time for the relationship within which you know if it's genuine. That came in at 9:45 a.m. Love is a test of time. And the person continued and says, you can know each other to a great extent, healthy dating and discovering personality traits. That's what that individual said. Someone else said, good morning to my REV-UP family. Happy New Year, Keena, Andre, and Lady J. Have you guys heard about Lisa Joseph's? Every time I see that, it just gets me into that space. Have a great day, guys. Thanks from Charmaine. Yes, we did. We actually found out right here as we're doing the show. Mr. Sylvester says, Key, happy sweet 1 year. It came in only now. Happy sweet 1 year to you at Mr. Joseph Sylvester, thanks for accepting my call. Oh, he remembers. He says, Kiki, happy sweet 1 year to you at REV-UP St. Lucia.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And someone else chimed in and says, this morning, another sad news. God is really worried. Find out on Facebook.
Another sad news. God is.
So,
That's probably her.
to.
That's what he's saying.
Oh.
Find out on Saturday. Yeah, that's
Find
what the
out on
person is saying. Yeah.
Facebook.
Because remember, yesterday it was Nathaniel.
Yeah.
So today.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so that's probably what.
Boy, oh boy. But you know, the reality is we're going to be hearing a lot more of that because, you know, we're getting to the stage, a lot of us who are in our 50s and 60s, yeah, it's time for us to step aside. This is just the reality. So there's a lot more of that is going to be happening. All we could do is to try to delay it a little, right, with the way that we live our life and so on. But for the most part, and I remember I tell you, since Tony passed, I'm a lot more acutely aware of my my vulnerability.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Tony is younger than I am.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes I think about it. I said, boy, wow.
Yeah.
Who knows how much time I have
Yeah.
left here.
Who knows
Same
how much
here.
time we have? We actually really don't know because we're not the one making that decision. Yes, we factor in our lifestyle choices on a daily basis. We could decide, okay, if we want to go sooner by how we live,
Yes.
how we drive on the roads and so on. But I think that is up to the man upstairs. But it's important as well, even in talking about it, that we take stock of our lives and the people around us. And if you haven't, said to the people around you on a daily basis, if you don't do it, your family members, your loved ones, your friends, it's best to tell them how you feel now, not when they have passed on, that you come and you have that eulogy and all that and say all the wonderful things that you didn't say while they were alive.
I think Janice was saying so much that much earlier when
you
she spoke about your family telling you I
Yes.
love you and you look beautiful and this sort of
It's very
thing.
important because you just never know. That person might be your mom walking out that door. It might just be the last time you see her. Your husband, your child, your friend might be that the last time you have that conversation with them.
And
Andre, talking about that, if my daughter don't get in touch with me in 24 hours, I call her. My exact words to her, wait, you forget you have a mother? And she starts to laugh, She says, Mommy, I've been so busy. I say, well, girl, I'm not being selfish, but you have a mother. You've got to call your mother.
Yeah.
But I make sure I'm not waiting for her to call me. I will
You
call
check
her.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing. No matter how busy she is, if I call her, Andre, she's going to answer me. Whether it is on the phone or via WhatsApp, I'm at a meeting, Mom. I'll call
It's
you
very
back.
important as well.
And I
to
love that about her. She will never refuse my call. I love that.
And I agree.
What I try to do as well, Andrea and Jay, that if I try calling someone, my mom or so, and it's very important, I leave a WhatsApp message or a voice note. Yeah.
You mean if you try to call
If
them
I
and
tried
you
to
didn't
call them and I
succeed?
didn't get
Oh,
through.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm a little different. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little different. I figure if I call my children like a pest.
So
Yeah,
what
I'm
in a
like a
week,
pest.
how often would you speak?
Not very often. Not very often. I know I love them. I know they love me. As you said a while ago there, if my son gets in touch with me or my daughter, right, I would call back. I would, once I see the phone ringing, I will answer, because you never know what's going on.
Right.
But for me to be calling them every day, I don't do that.
But Andre, they know that's you, so then it's okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm
they know
saying.
that's
Yeah,
you.
yeah, that's, I'm a little
It's
different.
So
okay,
then
they know that you-
they would call.
Yeah,
But my
I-
daughter calls me. I call her.
But then-
So if I don't hear from her, then I will know it's work.
Right.
But then I still miss her. I mean, I miss my big daughter like she's a little girl. You know,
Yeah.
that's how much I miss her.
The dynamics with each family is
It's different,
different.
yeah.
It's very,
Yeah.
very different.
And Andre,
whatever
one thing I
works,
try to
works.
also do, my mom lives with us ever since because first she lost my dad and then my brother. So she's between my sister and myself, because there were 6 of us, and now there are 3, and my mom, because I lost my first sister, my second sister, and my last brother.
Right.
Right. So one of the things that I do every night, I go down the stairs, and I make sure the last thing I say to her is, "I love you, Mom." Right? I don't say I. We see you in the morning. Right? My dad always used to say, add in the extra. He always used to say, by the grace of God. And after my dad passed away, I must add that when I'm speaking. It's just like he comes through my head and say, you need to add that. So I say, by the grace of God, Mom, we'll see each other.
And it's only by His grace that we're still here too, and it's very important that we do.
And you were saying a while ago, it's up to God to decide, right, how long you're here. And I think I understand what you're saying. So let me just ask a little question here. Okay, so somebody, look at Pope Francis, okay? He was almost dead. And I think with modern medicine and so on, they actually have this, I don't know, the medication that they're using apparently is so potent that it can actually kind of like keep you going for a little while longer. Okay, and I remember he got out of the hospital, and because I remember when I was reading about him staying at the hospital, that he had given instructions to one of his aides, right, that depending on what's going on, to allow him to go, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
So the aide made a decision to allow him to stay.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
because I think the doctors had already figured out, he wouldn't really make it. So the aide decided now to allow him to take the medication so he can stay a little longer. So he stayed a little longer, went back to the Vatican, and in about a week or so, remember? He came out, you could see he was really frail, could barely speak and so on. And about a week and a half, somewhere around there, he was gone. So I'm just asking, is it really God that makes that decision in the final analysis?
Andre, I don't think anybody can answer that question. So
No, but-
I'll put
no,
the
but-
question back to you.
No,
You
sorry,
remember when
sorry,
you
hold on.
okay. Uh-huh.
Keena was saying a while ago that it's God who has the final
The
say.
final say.
So I was just challenging
Well,
that.
based on what
Oh,
the
you're
Bible-
challenging him, okay.
Based on what
Yeah.
the Bible says, yes, with modern medicine, he still died.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
I know.
I mean,
but in terms of the timing,
I do think that God's hands is at play in all aspects in our lives, even up until death. I do. That's my belief. Someone else would say differently, but that's what I think.
But what is
yes,
the
and then the
basis?
doctors are there for a reason as
Yeah.
well.
Exactly. So what's the basis of your belief? There must be something that you're basing that belief on. There must be something. Okay. Look at Tony, for example, right? And the way Tony went. Okay. He wasn't ill as far as we could tell. There was nothing untoward happening with him. So, and the doctor said that when he had his issue, if his friends had just put him, and you can't blame them, they didn't.
Right.
These are not experts,
Immediate.
right? If they had just put him to lie on his side, he would have probably made it. So you understand how do we decide
The
those
reason
things?
I believe it to be that way years ago, I have a very close individual. She's very dear to me. She was in a coma and she was going to die. And I wasn't a Christian then. And I'm saying this and I'm getting a little emotional, but I went straight into prayer. And that's all I had. Praying and praying and praying and praying and pleading and pleading and pleading and pleading, to the point it was Pedro and Denver. And we were allowed to go to her hospital room and we were praying at her bedside. And I was holding her hand and praying at the time and praying to God to just give her some more time. And it's a little over 13 years now, and she's still here. So for me, that's why I believe that God, He can intervene in situations on your behalf, and it's His decision. Because I remember she was going to die, and we just kept on praying and praying and praying and pleading, and I was fasting as well during that time. And when I went to the hospital, just holding her hand, and she's still there, and she could tell that story as well. So that's why I strongly believe in some instances it doesn't really work, and everybody's life and journey is different. But for me, that's what really said to me, hey, you know.
Okay, I got you. You want to ask something?
Well, I forget what I was going to say. Oh, yes, I know what I was going to say, Andre. But before I ask you the question, I hear you, and I mean, you say for you, but I remember when my dad passed away, I did the same, begged and begged and pleaded and pleaded, and I did the same for my brother. For my two sisters, I was off island when they passed away, and so, you know, I was given the call. I was in Asia when my second sister passed away. So that's 24 hours or 12 hours after I found out. So she's already gone. But we were right there. I mean, Collis lived 5 days after he collapsed. And my mom even cried, take me instead, and this and that. She's still going through her issues because she doesn't have a son. So I could never say, even if I do believe in God, but I can never say it's a God thing, like Andre. I'm on Andre's side. I really cannot say that.
Because I was at the hospital when Mr. George Odlum was there, and of course, you know, he was ill, and there were a group of people there, right, taking turns praying, right. And I've had other experiences where I was at the hospital, close friends, and you have the church members, everybody's praying there, and people still go.
Yeah.
So this happens.
Once you start to hallucinate, you believe that that's the time. But Andre, what I was going to say to you is, you sort of started on it, but I was saying you had your own experience with the pain the day, and then you went to the hospital, not necessarily thinking that you were going to be kept back. So you can give that experience, because I remember you said they said to you, if you didn't come in today, you may not have made it. So the fact that you're in hospital and you're going through this surgery, you can give us that sort of experience, because you would not have known if you were going to make it 12 hours later, 2 hours later.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So maybe, I don't know, pure luck or something. I decided now to go at that particular point in time. I don't know. Yeah. And in fact, when the doctor examined me, they couldn't figure out what was wrong. They told me to do some...
for the test?
Yeah, for the test and so on, which I did. And I went to, I think they said they didn't have the equipment, I had to go to Tapillon. And then even with the equipment at Tapillon, they still couldn't figure it out. They said they've seen something there, but they suspect it's a tumor. That's what they suspect it is. It's a tumor. And at that point there, to be honest with you,
you got nervous.
I thought I was going to go. To be honest, I started making calls and everything already. Yeah. In fact, guess who the first person I called? Tony. First person.
I was thinking it's one of your children. Yeah.
No, I called him first, and I said to him, "Here's what I'd like you to do, just in case I go inside, then I don't come out."
Yeah.
And imagine, I remember when I came out of I was sedated, right? When I came out of it, I said, now, I saw the doctors there waiting. I said, oh my God, now, what are you going to tell me now? when I saw them there.
It's a
right?
scary thing.
Yeah, but I saw one of the doctors with a smile on his face. So I said, maybe it's not going to be so bad then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they said, well, Mr. Paul, you're going to have a scar for life. I take that any day.
Sure it's a little thing.
You take that any day over what?
And you have life.
Yes.
I'm
Mr.
sure it's a
Paul, you're
little
going to have a
scar,
scar
Andre.
for life.
Yes, yes, yes.
Is it a little scar? Is it 2 inches, 3
You know,
inches?
I think I was talking to Dr. Suraj. By the way, he's going to be on tonight. He's
Oh,
back with
great.
Doctor in the House.
Oh, welcome
And you know, he
back,
told me
Dr.
that they
Suraj.
actually have the technology now to get rid of the scar.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now, I kind of got to like it.
Really?
Nice.
I said, what if I should go and take that out? You know, like to me, it's like it's a part of my history.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Your battle scars.
Yeah.
So-
I want you to take that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we still have two people chiming. Well, and DK, your friend, Bernard Haynes, chimed in. He says, "Oh my gosh, he came in late. There's, the delay, the time difference." He says, "I agree with you, Andre. The young people these days don't care with us. The people are about their business, don't give a care in the world." And he went on to say, "My 12-year-old son turns off his location on the phone. If you think I track him, I pay the bills, but he speaks more to his friends on his
Imagine
phone
that. Imagine
rather than me."
Yeah.
And he continued, he says, "Keena, as a servant of God myself, be a Bible believer believing in God's word and a God-fearing woman, not a Christian. A lot of people who call themselves Christians are not followers of Christ." And he returned and he says, "And you got scared, Andre?" with laughing emojis.
If I was scared.
And over on our WhatsApp platform.
Despite all the the hurt and the pain in this life, it's still a beautiful world, as they say,
yes,
right?
yes, yes.
So
it
you
is.
So
really
you'd
wanna
rather
go.
be
Yes,
here
it
on
is.
earth.
Yeah,
I
any
agree,
day,
yeah.
any day.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't fancy going in, nothing there.
Right now.
Either 6
Yeah.
feet under
Yeah.
or cremate me. I don't fancy
Yeah.
that at all.
But
That's
it's something we have to think about
Yes,
because
of
it will
course.
It's
eventually
something that-
come.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Death
inevitable.
is
Yeah.
inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
And
sometimes
we have to think of our mortality, and
Yes.
it's important
Yes.
that we do.
I do know.
But
I
Andre,
can tell you
I
that.
want, I, whenever it comes, I want to go 6 feet under. But there are people who don't want
Who
to.
don't want to? Yeah.
No, I don't want to.
Why, Andre?
Yeah.
If you want to look for, whatever you want to do and you want to find out, even my skull will still be there for you to check it out. I mean,
No.
why you want me to? That means there's no me anymore, Andre. If I'm cremated, no, I
Yeah,
still
but
want.
Well,
your loved ones.
there's no you anymore except
What
the
do you mean?
memory.
But it's-
Exactly.
No, it's not, that's not what I'm saying. There's something with the family and whatever, and you want to find out. I mean, we are still growing in technology and what
Oh, you
have
Oh,
you.
so you're hoping-
Oh, you
No,
hoping?
not to return. Not to
No,
return.
she's hoping that as if the real cause of her death, they could still go back and,
No, Andre, I don't know. I honestly, right now, today, and I say that to my daughter all the time. I mean, my hubby wants the reverse, and I want this.
He wants to be cremated?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in it, to be honest. And I said to Connie, I mean, by the grace of God, I go before her. Whichever way it is, she will have to deal with her dad because I cannot deal with that.
Yeah. I felt the same way once upon a time, but after Tony's experience, I've changed my mind.
Andrew, were you standing there when it was happening?
No, I wasn't able to make it. That's why I
Oh.
didn't go.
Okay.
Yeah, I was.
was it
Somebody has to go, right?
Yeah, somebody has
Yes,
to go.
So
yeah.
who went?
My sister was there.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I'm saying that you are gone, yes, but in my eyes, you are still mine. And why should you
And
be
people,
burnt?
people don't even go to the cemetery to even check you out, see what's
I
going
do.
on.
Andre,
Really?
I do. Oh, I mean,
And
I,
even- and even- and
I
even if
go
you go,
to
do you- to
put
me-
the flowers, I go to put candles. I go.
But why not just
visit-
have the ashes at your home? Like I have Tony's at my house.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't
But
want
to me-
the
to
ashes.
me it's right
Everyone
there.
wants something different.
Yes.
You
So
know,
you don't
some-
mind the
you
ashes.
might-
But
might
anyway,
don't
want
I
to be
respect you. I
cremated.
respect what you say. But
She
who
wants
knows?
to be
You
buried.
may evolve. Your thinking may evolve with time.
Yeah,
Because mine
maybe.
has. Mine has.
Maybe, but
Yeah.
maybe it will. But I'm saying today, 2016, I still feel the same way.
Yeah. I think people think that they will
2026,
feel it. If they're being cremated, they will feel they'll feel the heat.
No, well, but
No, they don't
Andre-
feel anything. They're dead. They don't feel anything.
Exactly.
But the sound and the smell, for some people, it kind of turns them off.
Yeah, I think that I've heard
While
about
you're
that.
waiting. Why
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You that
some
close?
people.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think something fairly new to St. Lucia, fairly new.
Fairly new.
So eventually we'll
And
get
it's
used to it.
cheaper.
Yes, so,
It is
yeah.
cheaper.
It's,
yes,
it
we
is
know
cheaper,
that.
the cheaper route.
One of the things I did say, to be honest, even if I don't necessarily believe, but I did say, should I travel and I pass away overseas? If it's cheaper to bring me down that way, then that's fine. I did say that. But if I'm in my country, I want to go 6 feet. Definitely.
You know,
And that's fine.
You know, let me tell you.
We
You know,
respect
there's some
it.
people that don't like those kinds of conversations.
Yeah,
They don't like that
they
at all.
don't
At all.
like
At all.
conversations.
That's too
I didn't
somber.
like it until I lost my dad,
it's
and
too
it's
somber.
easier for me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two people chimed in. They said, Andre and lovely ladies, good morning. Compliments of the season to you all. This is
You as well.
Alisco in Pennsylvania. Have a wonderful day.
Alisco?
Yes.
Okay, Alisco.
And Anthony chimed in and says, good morning, River family. My radio life was shut for 2 weeks.
Which Anthony is
Wow.
Your Anthony.
that? Really?
Yes.
I don't know what happened.
We were not there.
Oh, that's what he
That's what he
meant.
means.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
still,
yeah.
chiming in.
Isn't
He
that
has.
nice?
It's.
Yeah.
It was beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing for Andre to have at least 2 weeks off. We both had it for 2 weeks, so that's good.
Yeah, he took the 2 weeks as well.
Oh. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
It's a good thing to
So he was the last one to
rejuvenate and
chime in.
refresh and yeah, it's a good thing.
You
It's
ready
a
for
good
the
thing.
next 12 months?
In fact, in
Yeah,
my case, it's
11 and a half.
2 years. 'Cause
You
since,
haven't
yeah,
had-
yes,
yeah.
since we started. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years is a long time. It's going to affect your body.
Mm-hmm.
It will definitely do that.
Okay, so
And don't forget, I think Andre got pretty scared knowing that Tony was tired. He had worked a lot. So, with that, Andre must have thought of that and say, you know what? I'm not getting into 2026 tired. I'm going to make sure I rest.
well, you know the thing. So let's just say good morning to Lisa Joseph's family and her friends
Yeah.
and so on. Yeah, we empathize, we sympathize with you at this particular point in time. It's interesting. I was playing Olia's night at the place. I don't know if you thought. I saw her walk into the place, and I said eventually I'd go look for her, right? And of course, got caught up in the moment, the fireworks and all kind of stuff. I never saw her after that,
okay.
but I did see her walk in. She actually walked in. I don't think she saw me,
Okay.
and I said I'd go check her out.
Check her out.
Yeah, but I ended up not doing that. Yeah, but I did see her. Interesting, huh? Okay, so well,
Condolences.
Condolences
Yeah, folks.
to the family and friends of Lisa. We're thinking about you in this difficult time.
yeah.
And of course, radio and
Yeah.
television. She did that for a number of years. I mean, moons.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
that's-
it's almost that time.
Yeah.
We've gone
Okay, we're gone past our
Past our
limits
stipulated
already.
time here.
So Keena is going to be with you as well as Janice. They'll be with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. 3 o'clock is going to be Zen the DJ until 6. Then I'll be back here, God willing, with Dr. Leonard Suraj for Doctor in the House, the first program for 2026. So this has been Harddrive. Thank you very much, Janice, and thank you, Keena. Harddrive brought to you the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Randallie's Funeral Parlor, we truly care. During life's most difficult moments, we want you to know you are not alone.
At Ram Bally's, we are dedicated to providing dignity, compassion, and comfort when you need it the most.
Our caring team is here to walk with you every step of the way, whether it's in planning a gentle farewell or celebrating the beautiful life of your loved one.
We understand how precious they are, and we promise to honor their memory with the utmost respect and love.
Let us help you find peace and solace during this challenging time.
Please reach out to us at
758-452-2021, Castries, or 758-454-9239, Latuni, Viewfort, or visit us at ramballysfuneral.com.
We're here for you, ready to listen, support.
and serve with heartfelt compassion. You can lean on us.
At Ram Bally's,
we care.
REV-UP St. Lucia, your healthy alternative.
That is freaking awesome, dude.
95.9 FM, the alpha of radio.